All right, greetings, everyone. We are live again. Dynasty Mirror Search for Huru. Thank you so much for joining us. Before we get started, as we always do, we just want to thank you all for support. Thank you so much for supporting us over the years. Our Care Bars partners, those who have supported and continue to support Search for Huru. Thank you so much. Make sure you guys go to dynastymirror.com. Again, make sure you go to dynastymirror.com while you're there. Buy some merchandise. You got to get the sales book, Sales Motivation 101, Get Off Your Tail and Cold Call, written by me. And that is I in that beautiful gray slim fit suits. That is me. So make sure you guys go support. Also, while you're there, join the email list so you guys can stay up to date in regards to what's going on with the brand that is Mirror. Like, share, and subscribe to the content. Again, like, share, and subscribe to the content. We'll really appreciate your guys' support. And to become a monthly Patreon. Again, become a monthly Patreon, patreon.com, search for Huru. Continue to support us, you guys. Without further ado, we have our special guest on today, not a stranger, Mr. Fitzgerald Stevens.
Good afternoon, everyone.
And today's topic, how AI, now we talked about artificial intelligence. We spoke on, I told the story about when I was at Niagara distribution center in Noonan, Georgia. Niagara is a brand of water. They sell bottled water, primarily in Walmart. And I tell people, the day that I went there to sell Cintas services and products, and I walk into the building, I go into the break room. Well, first I start off in the restrooms to count dispensers and, as far as how much toilet paper they'll need, how much paper towel they'll need, how much soap they'll need, how much urinal screens they'll need. And then I go into the lobby, the break room area, and I'm in there. I look and I'm counting, how many dispensers they need in the break room, mats, all that good stuff. And I remember looking through a window into the warehouse, and I see this forklift. And I look closer, and I had to, do this on my eyes, just look closer. And that thing was going into the aisle, unloading from the shelves, and going to the bays to load up the trailers. And I kept looking, and there was nobody on the forklift. I mean, that thing was just moving, going to the trailers, loading them up, go to the aisles, get the stock off the shelves, then go back to the trailers. And I'm like, whoa. So I had to ask somebody. I said, what's going on here? And they were like, yeah, those are automated forklifts operated by a company out of Italy. So the technology behind these forklifts are companies based in Italy. And I said, well, how do they handle repairs and all that? And, how are they managed? And, as far as, I guess, the cloud, I don't know. But everything is done out of Italy.
So you mean to tell me Italy was remoting and moving those machines in Noonan, Georgia? Italy, not someone in the plant?
Everything's done out of Italy. Wow. Exactly what they're talking. I had to ask questions.
Wow.
You got the trucks coming. You got the Uber. Now they're saying the driverless Ubers are coming as well.
Nah, I can't be getting into that, man.
Yeah, you never know for sure.
I know I can't be.
You ain't gonna get a driverless Uber.
I can't be rolling with drivers Uber. I gotta have. I had to have some human being that then, and I better not smell liquor on him or her. But I can't be getting to drink now.
Then you have the whatchamacallit, you already showed you Mr. Flippy. The hamburger. Yeah, Mr. Flippy. I have to show you guys.
This is real big in the biomedical industry, the computer chip making industry. Very big, very big, and industries around the board are using this dynamics. It's not just a matter of, it's slated for certain industry. I mean, people are going to really check this out because. The wealthy are going to keep expanding their money, and they're going to look to use more efficient workers artificially to get more production done and to reduce their labor costs.
And see, the thing is, so at first when we thought of AI, we thought low wage jobs. So we thought that it was primarily going to be low wage jobs that were going to be affected by AI. So obviously, Mr. Flippy replaced a guy making $12 an hour flipping hamburgers. But they're saying that AI is also going to replace some of these high skilled people as
For
well, the high
example,
skilled job market.
for
That
example,
one,
I can think of one.
go ahead.
You familiar with underwater welding?
I'm not, no.
Underwater welding is perhaps one of the most highly paid structured job it is. It's actually considered blue collar. My ex boss, you've often heard me talk about it. Tony Ricciazzi. Well, and Tony is a Navy veteran, and he is he was a diver. That's what he did in the Navy. Well, you remember those platforms that you see those oil rigs there,
Yeah, yeah.
or you go not Atlanta. It doesn't have a lot of water. The San Francisco Bay Area, the Golden Gate Bridge.
Or
You know,
Houston.
how it's suspended, how the platform is rigged in the sea.
Yeah.
Who do you think goes down there and do that? No, underwater welders, man. It's nothing for those guys. $150, $200 an hour. And one of the things that's really that very, very susceptible to is the pressure of the water. And they have to go through a decompression chamber, and if they do it wrong, it can really cause a lot of health problems. Suppose you could send robotics down there to do that. Suppose you can send a robot that can be submerged in that pressure, take care of that platform. All of a sudden now you're not paying that guy $150, $200 an hour. And suppose you had workers that could stay on that platform besides human beings and run the production of oil without risking human life. Now you're going to take some extraordinary high paying jobs away.
All right.
But I think companies look at the efficiency they can get out the workers. And so if that worker is robbed a robot, or or any other number of things they want to call them, why would they need the workers? Now, and other industries are going to look at that. I mean, you're seeing this has been going on for years with the automotive industry, with the conveyor belt, the assembly belt, and the machinists and stuff. So we're only going to see more of this go up, and then and you're right, a lot of people who think their jobs are going to be protected because of the number of industry they have. Because of the number of the years of experience they have, or what type of job. I don't think that's going. Here's another one: tool and die makers. I've learned about these guys when I used to work in manufacturing. A company called Lineball, that's up north. Well, everything that you see from that table to your bed to cabinets to the chair, there's a die that's made for it. There's a die, and the die that once that die is cast, that's considered the mold to make other products after that. If you have to have math skills and good ones in order to do things like that. But what if you could do a computer program that could do all that without that human being sitting in there? No, and you have to get to jobs like that, man. Sometimes you have to apprentice under a master for 4, 5, 6 years before they even release you on your own. So we're a lot of jobs that we're seeing that people not think is going to be threatened. It's going to be a whole dynamic. I don't think people are really grasping that the way they should grasp that. I certainly haven't until recently. What this new economy is going to be after COVID, or even while COVID is going on. It's not going to be the same. It's not just going to keep, even if they come up with a shot, let's just say they do that, it's not going to be the same. Industry and business and commerce and a whole lot of stuff, the way we are accustomed to seeing it done, that's gone. Automation is going to be the rule. I mean, if you have a child, a young adult, get ready to go to college, man, have them major in mathematics. Consider having a major in mathematics. Just consider it. Chemical engineering, coding. stuff that they can design the chips and the components that's going to be used for this latest knowledge. You're going to pretty soon you're going to see courses, and not too soon in the future, you're going to see courses being offered on blockchain technology. Blockchain.
Already.
You're going to see all that. Your MBA and blockchain.
I need to research that.
And you're going to see all that because blockchain is going to rule the world. The blockchain is really going to rule the world, and you're going to see those type of degrees are going to be sought at, like the math degrees, the chemical engineering. Now, why am I saying those 2 degrees? Because with those 2 degrees, you can go anywhere practically in the world of commerce. With a chemical engineering, math degrees, you can go anywhere. You want to go on Wall Street, you can go there. You want to build software, you can do that. You want to create algorithms, which is going to be the probably new standard for doing a lot of things, especially with the computer age, where you can do it. You can do anything as far as with those 2 degrees, and they're going to be, and your child will have a opportunity to become highly compensated for us to do. It is a skill that I don't see being seeing outsourced like a lot of these other skills that's happening right now. For example, I was an international advertising major. That's what my degree is in, international advertising, University of Alabama, 1988. There was no social media.
No.
There was no Snapchat. There was no Facebook. There was no LinkedIn. There was no Salesforce. There was no Google. There was no Yahoo.
You know what we had? So back when I was little, there was like this 1-800 number, 900 number you'll call, and there'd be a bunch of people on the chat. Just there's a bunch of people just
I got another one.
Party line. It's called the party line.
I got another. Yeah, I remember the party line. We had one of those when I was growing up as a kid in Alabama. I do remember, like, when they would write computer code. The computer language I used to be Cobalt and Pascal, and it would come out on a sheet. This dot printer was, it had these little threads, and a big old piece of paper. You had to read that code. Well, I had a few cousins back in the early 80s, and they went to Alabama and A&M. That's all they would do. They would go to Alabama and A&M up in Huntsville, and what they were majoring in computer science. Okay, computer science, from the time when they started studying compared to what it is right now, almost 40 years later, you don't even recognize it. See, I tell people I don't need a degree to do what I do. The way I was taught, and the way pretty pictures and all that kind of stuff, and get on there and door knocks, that's obsolete.
Right.
But my skills have evolved into that. I've learned how to become very good at with computer software application programs. I have to. It's my business. I've learned how to run things on a global scale. I've learned how to deal with social media. I mean, because you want to promote a product. I learned how to create live streams. I learned how to create YouTube channels. I learned how to send texts. I learned how to do hip hop. I learned how to design whole campaigns I need to do, because my community now is global. I can't reach in the same way that I was taught, and you can't. And if you're gonna advance in this world right now, the age we are, you are going to have to get proficient. But where the economy is going, and the economy is looking like, wow, artificial intelligence is here to stay. I mean, it really is. In the 80s, man, you remember that movie they did, that James Cameron did in the 80s, Terminator?
Oh yeah.
Okay, well, you also remember a cartoon before that, the Jetsons. Yeah. Remember that? I mean, it's so futuristic. The Jetsons age, we're not far from it. We're not far from a lot of this stuff. They have they have trains, high-speed rail trains. They're not real big over here in the United States, unfortunately. Like up in Japan and other places in Europe, they work by magnet technology. They don't need the electricity over there. They don't need the fuel. Everything's pushed by magnets. Almost like that scene you saw like on Black Panther, when the trains were going through the tunnels. Magnetic technology can push all that. Well, wow, That's something just to really think about. So this is where business is right now. This is not where business is going. And sure, we have a little laggers and things of little laggards, people staying behind or industry staying behind. But if they don't really catch up with where artificial intelligence is taking them or implement that in their branches and their companies, they're not going to be able to compete, Prince. I really believe that. No, and if you don't get abreast on that, you're not going to be complete now. And it's going to be when you file for when you apply for certain jobs, or even not really all that expensive job. They expect you to know how to have they expect you to have decent computer skills. You're
Right.
expected to learn how to use Word, Excel, PowerPoint, maybe depending on what you do. You're expected to know how to connect to a VPN. You're expected to know how to download documents, how to text them, how to run meetings, how to run Zoom apps. You're expected to do that. It used to be back when you could look about 5-6 years ago. Those are special skills that you had. You could really say, "I got this." And that gave you an extra look. Not anymore. I mean, you're expected to know how to do that. You're expected to know how to do that, like you switch a light switch on. The Nest technology that Google came out with, that's put such a dent in the alarm companies, because if I can be up there talking with Prince, put my smartphone together, lock house, turn coffee maker on, turn air condition on. If someone's at the door, I can physically see who's there. I can do face recognition software. Who is this person? All kinds of stuff. I mean, and this is now. Dynas, I have a little neighbor, little Caden. Caden's 5 years old, across the street.
Right.
And that kid is so good with computers and technology because he grew up with it. He can do that stuff like you and I used to ride skateboards, because this is what he's growing with. We went to school with book bags, right? And we had about maybe 4 or 5 subjects in it that we had to have those hard copy books. You remember that?
Right.
Everything now iPad. Now these kids go with iPads.
Yeah.
These kids go to iPads. They're assigned their own iPad. They're able to download it. Teachers are running lesson plans. If this thing would have hit, COVID would have hit like 15, 20 years ago, they wouldn't have been able to operate. There was no Zoom. There was none of these platforms that we take for granted. You can do meetings like this, but the world is changing. The world is changing. Colleges right now have ports that you can actually plug in your computer jack to actually be able to run, and lessons can literally be downloaded to you. Mm-hmm. So you're expected to know how to do that. You're expected to come in with your laptop. You're expected to know how to do that. So what does that mean?
You know what's crazy though, Fitzgerald? I guarantee you that the digital, I would say the books, the course books that are now downloadable, they probably cost just as much as the physical.
Of course it does, man. The books, man. Didn't you used to hate, man, how they that book racket they had, man? Yeah. Oh God, I'm quite sure they had the Georgia, Alabama. Oh man,
of course. Oh yeah, yeah.
God, you just hate to go in the bookstore.
I didn't have to pay for it, but
Yeah, well, I did, and they replaced those editions by it look like every other year, and that you had to get the latest edition. Then you paid something like it was nothing to pay for something like $100 for one book, depending on what course. $100.
That's crazy. Yeah.
And then that's how it was. You was on scholarship. And let me tell you how the real people did it with, the ones who had to go in there and slum it, but putting it out their pocket, working jobs and everything. Well, when you get ready to sell that book back, you don't get $100. No. Slightly worn, slightly used. Man, we'll give you $35 for it. Yeah. And we'll turn back, and then they'll turn back up and sell it for $65. Wow. Yeah. But they're doing the same thing now, like with the downloads. You need to get this download. You got to have this key. This key locks you out at the end of a year, or because this license agreement. Everybody got to hustle. No, everybody got to hustle on that. No. What does this mean for business, Dynas?
I mean, what it means for business is I mean, you got to evolve as number one, an entrepreneur. Number two, if you're in corporate America, you know, you're there's no such thing anymore as a safe, stable job, or even in fact, it's to the point now. There's no such thing in corporate America as a recession-proof job.
What would you advise your audience to perhaps take looks at? What would you advise your audience to do? How do you advise your audience to prepare?
You have to start your own home-based business, and me and Fitzgerald, one of the levers we're pulling is called Care Bars. In fact, affiliate link, my affiliate link's in the chat room. Click on affiliate link, sign up as an affiliate. Also, scrolling at the bottom of the screen on the ticker, and will be in the description. So sign up as an affiliate, and I will call you. There's a couple of people I need to call after the show. But Care Bars, I think, is definitely a great opportunity to at least get you started, where at least, because I know a lot of people will say, well, Dennis, I don't know what to do, or I mean, what am I going to do? Can become entrepreneur, start my own business, start my own business doing what? Well, at least with Care Bars, it's like plug and play. You have the system already in place. You have the infrastructure already in place, right? The franchise is there. So basically what you're doing, you are buying your own gold franchise. So if you're at home, you don't know what to do, you want to start your own business, Care Bars gives you the opportunity to acquire your own franchise, where your job is only to get people to acquire or exchange their dollar, which is losing value, for gold. This right here, which is going up in value, and you get paid. So you're in the gold business. So you now have an opportunity to own your own gold franchise.
Man, we see so much business moving to the internet. I mean, we see trillions of dollars, have moved to the internet. I mean, it's just phenomenal. I mean,
you can operate on anywhere on the phone as long as you have a phone connection or internet. You can operate from your phone.
What okay, let's just say I agree with you. I'm an advocate of having your own home-based business. I'm an advocate of having a business, period. I believe in that. But now, what type of business would one look for in this age? I mean, okay, Mr. Mir, I hear you. You're saying, okay, get your own home-based business. What type of business?
I would say what people are doing to be successful is they're doing businesses that in areas and fields that they're passionate about. I mean, people are making millions of dollars playing video games, for sure.
Yeah. Yes.
Playing video games.
Yes.
Playing, for sure. I don't think you understand me. When I was going to playing, this guy right here, right, corporate America, had to wear a suit every day, Windsor not tie, okay? Going door to door here in Georgia and in LA. Some days 95 plus, humid, knocking on doors. You have people in their homes, AC on, playing video games, making more money than me.
It clicked. You were right. I wasn't quite understanding. It clicked when you said it the third time. So a gentleman or a lady playing video games is making money enough to play video games and support themselves. Playing video games.
Playing video games. Fitzgerald, playing video games. Playing with toys. Little kids playing with toys.
Yeah, I'm familiar with the little kid and things. I'm familiar with him. Hey, it's the reason why YouTube is the second most popular search engine behind Google in the world.
Right.
Google owns them, by the way, but people are anything that people have a gift or a talent you can bring to the marketplace, and you can find customers who would be interested in paying you for that talent. I do it. I have my own YouTube channel, Prince Amir. You're watching his right now. Yeah. We do carrot bars, creating our goal.
Shout out your YouTube channel.
Oh, my YouTube channel is Find FIND.
Ways to win.
Ways WAYS 2 win. Just talk about various subjects on there. try to bring some good information to the marketplace. That's what it does. Find ways to win. Well, wherever I want to take it. Looking at finally start my books, start writing books. This is all in addition to Carrot Bars. This is all in addition to me having create my residual income through that, saving my gold, building my assets. Prince Amir's giving me the T-shirt ideal, and I don't think I'm ready to do a touring company because I don't know enough about other places to tour. But some things I want to put in. Definitely want to get on the speaking circuit. My wife used to talk to me about that for years, doing that, and she was right. So diverse, but I'm going to use this technology to make wealth, but I'm not looking at going to a brick and mortar place to do it anymore. I don't have to. I mean, with the tools that we have, with the tools that we have today, with the AI and the software programs, I mean, you can do business literally all over the world.
Right.
And isn't that why you work anyway, for income? We just want to put a few ideas out there, for you to consider to make yourself ready for this new economy that's happening without you. That's emerging right now. Probably many of you have children, if not grandchildren. They're not going to recognize the world that you're in. They're going to consider that like in the history books. They're going to probably look at that the way we would look back at maybe the 20s or the 60s with the stuff back there, because things are going to so advance. But all that is to say that doing all those type of businesses, the main goal is to make money, is to create money, to use your talent, to use your value, just to create money. Hopefully residual money, money that comes in while you sleep. And that's what we do at Carrot Bars. Carrot Bars is my foundational income stream. But I used my goal is to use that to grow other income streams, because I don't really want to work for anyone. What I simply do is pay myself first in gold. I'll get paid by other people saving gold by acquire one of the business packages and operate in 149 countries and tell other people they do the same, and then they get a percentage of that. I wish I could complicate it, but it's not that complicated. And I've learned that great wealth is often made with great simplicity. So I just try to keep things real simple. Now we have teaching systems through Wealth Builders, worldwide.info. We're going to be expanding into the cryptocurrency format to show you actually how to profit from trading. And that's another thing. The cash, as we know, it's going to change.
Right.
The country's already talking about going back to the gold standard because they realize that with the paper money is really not good. That's where all that inflation comes from and eating up the purchasing power of your money. So people want to go back to the gold standard, and the new money right now, ladies and gentlemen, is cryptocurrency. So it would behoove you to get knowledge and skills on how to trade cryptocurrencies. We know the line of them is Bitcoin, but Ethereum is also doing pretty good. There's hundreds of coins out there. Well, you can trade those like people trade stocks and really profit from that, and so this is what you're going to be faced with these days. So because it's not, and people are going to really start kind of rebelling against spending so much time at a job and not getting anything from it, being away from their family when they can wake up, get out of bed, shower, go downstairs, eat their bagel or whatever they want to do, go to their home office and make just as much in a day that they were making in a week of working, depending on what industry you're in. And so we found one with Carrot Bars that allows us to grow wealth. There's no cost to join. We promote this by way of the phone. I can jump on WhatsApp and talk to someone in Indonesia because we're in that country, and hey, you look for ways to make money, and yeah, okay, let's send you a video to realmoney.info. You're just paying yourself first in gold and profiting from people who are doing the same, and you have all the write-offs of a home-based business, and show you how to duplicate that and grow wealth and keep doing other things that you're doing right now. If you're passionate about teaching or passionate about preaching, or you're passionate about anything you do, you can still do those things, because when you have a home-based business, and if it's the right home-based business, especially internet-centric, it's really not going to prevent you from doing what your passion is. Some of you guys may even want to be fitness instructors or any hundreds of things out there, but nevertheless, you're going to need income. And so that income is going to give you a quality of life with your family, give you a chance to make as much as you want, without, and be your own boss and create your income streams. And that's what we do. I mean, I don't really have to stretch it out from that. You with Carrot Bars, you just, register. There's no cost to it. Prince Amir's link is strolling out the bottom of the page, and you get an email from Carrot Bars. You click on that to verify your account. Prince Amir gets your number. He gives you a call, and he'll give you my number for me to call. We'll show you how to set that up. And you want to get you can make at least you get paid 5 times a month in the business, provided you get one of your business packages. You can also make money in the free position. So that's what we do. I mean, and just to keep it simple, we've been tremendously successful at it. Very, very successful. Well, why do you keep talking about it, Fitzgerald? Well, there's many more people we can reach. There's over 6.5 billion people in the world. So many of them don't have opportunities that we might have in Europe or some countries in Africa, or definitely here in the United States. So many people don't have any of those social safety nets. If something happens, they're on their own. So, but I've learned that for the most of the people who I interact with and talk, whether it's in Accra, Ghana, or it's Cape Town, South Africa, Perth, Australia, they want to do the same thing. They want to have a business just like me. For the most part, they want to be able to control their own destiny. And with businesses being online today, it only makes sense that you get very, very astute and become a part of something that is online, that can literally be operating while you sleep, that does operate in 149 countries, that does allow you to pull wealth from other regions without you necessarily being there and going there, and that does allow you to save in assets and to build wealth generationally for you and your family. Prince Amir, you have anything to add to that? I'm just trying to keep it simple.
No, I mean, we were keeping it simple. I mean, basically, guys, in the chat room is my affiliate link, also scrolling at the bottom of the screen on the ticker, on the ticker. It'll be in the description. Sign up as an affiliate. I'll give you a call. And basically, once we get you guys set up, you'll have your own gold franchise. So, what we want to do on this platform, we want to offer solutions for everyone. A lot of us always find something to complain about, but a lot of people don't offer solutions. And, we want to go in a different direction where we're actually offering as many solutions as possible to help you guys out. So
I'm glad you said that. Because, it's about solutions. I mean, okay, we know the problem. We don't have to, ladies and gentlemen, one of the reasons why we don't have to go into COVID. You already know about that. We don't have to go as far as about the unemployment or the economy, or we don't have to go about that. Many of you already know about that. You have the news, and Facebook is talking doom and gloom, and and the presidential races, that's talking doom and gloom and everything. But but right now, what we're trying to offer a solution that, okay, what ways do we build wealth? How do we get people money in their homes? I mean, that's one of the biggest concerns of families, that not have enough income. It's
he froze up.
Doing there, or what the European leadership doing there. No, I'm not trying to be funny. At the end of the day, the most important economy is the economy of your home. And so you need a plan. You need a direction to go. If you have a great paying job, great. That's fine. You still want to build your residual income. You still want to have other streams of income coming in. You're successful at what you're doing, great. You're not successful at what you're doing, great. You need to build something. You need to build something, what I call security. And security, in my mind, is only secure for something you own. Something you build, something that you can have equity in. You can sell if you decide. If you get bought out, you're paid. You and your family paid. If you decide you don't want you decide that you don't want to do that anymore, you can leave that to your children. They can run it. So you can build wealth streams. To me, that's security. And we have to find out how to take advantage of these opportunities that's out there. I believe it's the best time to be alive. I believe it's the best time to build wealth right now. I mean, Prince Amir and I was talking about these billionaires just keep popping up like popcorn. Mr. Tyler Perry. Mr. Tyler Perry. And one thing I like about Mr. Perry is just became a billionaire. I think about 1.4 billion. 1.4. No, just selling plays. New Orleans gentleman. Build up an empire over in Atlanta, doing extremely well, highly respected, as far as for his artistic gifts. Has his own movie studio. Check that out. Own movie studio in Atlanta, Georgia. So he took a huge business, a market, a huge way from Hollywood because, they were controlled by people who really rather give him a chance a lot of time. So he just created his own. He built his own table. Okay. The story behind that, his movie studio is based in a place called Fort McPherson. I used to live not too far away from there. I know the area very well. Right down the street. Prince Amir can jog that. Fort McPherson used to be a Confederate Army base. Mm-hmm. Let that check that out. Here's a gentleman who now owns that, and Fort McPherson. For those who don't know, Atlanta is one of the sweetest properties in Atlanta. It's like 200 plus acres hidden, gated off and everything. He owns all that. But one thing that really stuck out with me is not necessarily as a billionaire, although that's very impressive, but we just became one. The fact that he controls 100% of everything. He has 100% ownership. And that's what we're talking about right now. Creating something, building something that you have ownership over. You have ownership, and where you can have that ownership and you can lead that same ownership to your dependents. You can build the equity up, you can create wealth, but you have to have an income stream if you're going to do that, preferably multiple streams of income. And so Karatbars is a way. We're not going to say the way. We don't do that. We're not so gullible. We think this is the only game in town. It's not. But nevertheless, you do have to have your own business. You do have to consider if you want to build wealth and you want to make sure you have a solid future, you do have to create residual income. You do have to be able to take advantage of these tax benefits to have your own home-based business. And you must be able to leave it to your dependents and save assets. And if you don't have anything out there that does all things like that, or even if you do, maybe you want to consider implementing Karatbars as a part of your financial portfolio to help you increase more generation wealth for you and your family. Dinas, I don't really have anything to say. I don't mean to be so simplistic, but it is.
I think we covered everything, and we're on here every day. So, I think we've gone into detail about Karatbars, about the opportunity that it is, and by all means.
I mean, we're seeing we with this business. Excuse me for stumbling over myself. Let me slow down. With this business, the business of networking, which is ultimately that's what we're in, and that's ultimately what, if anyone has a business, you're in the network and you're building relationships. One thing I like about this opportunity in Karatbars, when I talk about this opportunity, man, you meet some of the neatest people from all over the world. You meet you meet incredible people. Many of them have different outlooks of looking at life, but and many of them, and definitely all of them, can be a teacher to bring something in life that you don't have. And so it's great to do business all over the world by the way of a cell phone. I found out they love their families just as much as I do mine. They over there in whether it's Accra, Ghana, or Lagos, or Rome, Italy, Zurich, Switzerland, Toronto, Montreal, Canada. Hey, they want to have good things for their family too. They're concerned about money, just like other people are too, just like I was too. And they want to have the ability to create freedom, and they definitely want someone to help them. So so all you're doing is just getting out there building a brand the same way Coca-Cola built the brand. The same way Tesla built a brand, or the same way Ford Motor Company built a brand, or the same way the Diode Group out there, that gentleman, I probably pronounce his name, over there in Nigeria, the billionaire over there.
Yeah, okay.
Yes, it did, but same way he built a brand. Oh, but you're building a brand inside a brand already. Okay, Carrot Bars is a company that's based in Stuttgart, Germany, owned by Dr. Harold Seitz. But you're building a business within a business that, you know, the wealth stream will be yours, the assets will be yours. And then here's the thing I want to really emphasize that I often don't talk about enough. Once you have that wealth stream, you take that wealth stream and you diversify it into other wealth streams that you 100% control and own. No, but give you a little idea today. Prince Amir had a conversation. We often have conversations before the show. And I said, man, you know, what are you doing? What are you playing? You know, what other ways can we make money? What other ways can we diversify? See, that's the way him and I talk. You know, we're business partners. And so he said, well, Fitzgerald, Prince Amir, you mind if I share this a little bit?
Of course, go ahead.
Okay. So Prince Amir said, man, I'm gonna get in real estate in Nigeria. And I said, man, I like real estate. And here's what I said to him. Hey man, let me get some skin in the game where I can invest with you. Those are the relationships you want. You know, let me go ahead and get some money where I can invest in. Let me go ahead and build this Carrot Bar business up for good. You know, where I can have revenue to invest as far as with you. JMS7, a great compliment. I have to hold on to something silver for me. Silver is excellent, man. Silver is excellent. You know, I'm going to start jumping in that myself too. You know, I'd love to start jumping that very, very soon. You know, silver's trading about maybe $32 an ounce. $32 an ounce, very, very undervalued. Where gold is doing like $1,900 an ounce. That's why we like buy it in grams, small gold gram increments. 1 gram, which what you saw Prince hold up, 2.5 gram or 5 grams, makes the cost affordable. I've collected that over the years, but your assets accumulation. So there's many ways of building wealth out there. So Prince, I'm going to look at some things. We have CEO DMP, great contributor, always often contributor. Love to hear from that. Oh, here's one I haven't heard from. Engineering cannabis, Python, JavaScript, and MATLAB are now software for automation. Man, I've heard of Python, heard of Java, but the last one I haven't heard of. Great, this is what we're talking about. You know, this is how things are going. You know, and notice I said I heard of that. But I heard of these. I haven't heard these, but I know how to use any. My software thing come from, man, you know, let me go ahead and send this post on Facebook. Let me go ahead and cut this thing on LinkedIn. You know, if I'm going to promote my business, let me go ahead and jump on the Snapchat. That's what we learned. You know, many of you've heard of Grant Cardone. You probably heard me mention him. You know, sales trainer, very good one. Owns an incredible real estate portfolio. Worth 9 figures right now, you know, high 9 figures. He's like one of the number one social networker guys in the world. But like 6 years ago, he didn't even have a presence. You look on his channel on YouTube, he has like 1.4 million people there. Mm-hmm. He built that. You see him all over the place right now. You see him on Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, all kinds of things. And he promotes those. He promotes his companies, and he brings other people to his investments by his notoriety. He's the one that coined the phrase, "You want people to know you," because attention brings revenue. Mm-hmm. Attention brings revenue. I mean, let's look at our guest. Build a YouTube channel from scratch, from zero. 80,000 plus subscribers. That is a heckified accomplishment. Built it from scratch. Has an audience in Africa, mostly Afrocentric issues, and turned out it was a huge market for that, and it's ever expanding for that. You probably couldn't scrape him off and have him to go back to corporate America. He probably wouldn't want to do that.
Yeah. Oh,
He
well, hold
probably.
on. I'll tell you what it'll take, and it'll.
I know the thing. I know the thing.
I gotta have equity in the company. I could take as much vacation as I want. I could show up when I want. Meaning I'll get a paycheck no matter what I do.
So you
So
want to own the company.
there you
So
go.
so you want to own the company. Simon Tiki, if I'm pronouncing that name wrong, forgive me. Much love from Aretha. How do you pronounce it? Eritrea, next to Ethiopia.
Eritrea.
Eritrea. Great. Thank you for
That might
being.
be Eritrea.
Yeah, you know what? We could do business over there with you in Carrot Bars too. You can do business right with Prince Amir. You know, we operate in that. We operate over there. So, but I just said that just to welcome you. It's great to see you on here. See, this is what I'm talking about, reaching the world, and that's how your business has to be centered. See, you can't just be like in St. Louis, Missouri, or Kansas City, Missouri, or Birmingham, Alabama. You can just reach people right around the corner and no more, or people in the block. So you have to have something that goes out to the globe. You know, where your money is coming globally from different time zones. So at different times, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week without your being there. That's why you want to capitalize on the web. That's why you want an internet centric business. That's why you want something like a Carrot Bar to start. Now, what will I do after this, man? I'm going to get into real estate, foreign and domestic. I want to, I'm down here in Tampa. I could, an hour and a half, I could be in Orlando. 4 hours, I could be in Miami. I heard the Miami real estate is really, really inflated. But since some great opportunities around here for me to, own a couple rental properties, maybe some commercial things right there. And I drive around and get mailbox money with Amir. Eventually get myself up to where I have a commercial company, a management company running my properties, building my gold business, being able to travel to Africa, but buying some real estate right there, seeing what I can flip that into to there. Maybe look at some good up and coming stocks later on to have a good diversified portfolio. Definitely have gold and silver and the palladium and all those things within my portfolio where I building assets. That's how I plan on playing the game. I just really plan on getting this money stuff out the way. I don't really want to worry about money. I want my money to make money for me instead of me making money. When I say making money, going out there to physically put my time to work for it. So it's all out there. We appreciate you guys saying this. We didn't really break down the Carrot Bar opportunity like we usually do. We're taking this a little different way. What we want you to think about is the direction that the economy is going, that the society is going. And we want you to, consider putting yourself in a position where you can capitalize on that and you can build wealth from that. Because while there's some people out there crying, oh, wow, it's so bad. And all these unemployments, and people losing their jobs, people losing their house. Some people are like, man, I don't know what you're talking about. I just made $1 million last month.
Right.
No, it's money floating around out there like that. I mean, the one that's not so funny, but I guess interesting. Well, Jeff Bezos, the cat that paid out something like 40, 50 billion dollars in a divorce. No, still worth 200 billion as of right now. Made all that. Other words, all that $1 billion, about 50, 40 billion he paid out, he already made that back. Mm-hmm. Okay. And his wife now, Mackenzie, she went back to her maiden name of Scott. She is now the richest woman in the world.
Through a divorce.
Yeah. She owns 4% of Amazon stock, but she is now the richest woman in the world. That includes people like Alice Walton. You know the Walton family. So and then right after that, boom, it popped up that Tyler Perry became another black billionaire in the United States. We're pretty soon it'd be double digits. I mean, you have Sean Carter, Oprah, Michael Jordan, Robert Smith. He's the one that paid for all those scholarships and paid the student loan debts for the Morehouse graduates. That
yeah.
So and you have quite a few wealthy. You're seeing that. You're seeing people of color and accelerating wealth. You're seeing the wealth acceleration. In other words, what I want to say, and you can be a part of that too. But you have to get in a vehicle that allows you to do that. And so your money has to come from all over the world. With the ideal of building your income up, or if it's going to come domestic, you got to be in something so sweet that everyone wants a need, and you got to go out there and create something. So, and the Carrot Bars is an opportunity to do that. You know, I've taken advantage of it for 6 years, Prince Amir for 5. Works well. No, and that changes. Well, we'll change right with it. No, because change is inevitable. But the idea with Fitzgerald and Dynas, we want to be able to, grow wealth without us physically going out there and trading our time in to go get it. So, as Warren Buffett would say, if you don't figure out a way to make money while you sleep, you will work until you die. Now, I've said that a couple of times, but let that really hit you right now. If you don't figure out how to make money while you sleep, you will work until you die. Prince Dynas Amir says, titles are not sexy. Income is. Michael Delco says, if you don't come from a wealthy family needs to come from you.
All right.
And Fitzgerald Stevens says, if you don't make moves, moves will be made on you. You don't make moves, will be made on you. Now contrast that comment or that quote that is from me with the one that Mr. Buffett said. If you don't figure out a way to make money while you sleep, you work until you die. And then contrast that with what I just said. If you don't make moves, moves will be made on you. They're the opposite, but both of them are stunningly true, because you know what? You're going to be forced to make moves.
All right.
Or you're going to be forced to do something, and you're going to. Ladies and gentlemen, in my closing, the economy is not coming back as you know it.
Oh.
They're already talking about this dang thing stretching in 2021. And I say this dang thing, I'm talking about Corona. And it's gripping the globe, not just the United States. It's just gripping the globe. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Okay, well, I'm cool. I got some people in the audience to say, I'm cool. I have a pension. I'm getting ready to retire. Really? Okay, good. Congratulations. You earned every bit of it. Super happy for you and your family. What are you going to do about the inflation quadrant that's going to keep eating your wealth away? Inflation is going to, if you're paid in paper money, that's subject to inflation, because they keep printing more money. So that's going to make the money you have go down, which is going to make the cost of goods and service go up. Well, I already got my house and already out of debt. Okay, let's talk about your house. Property taxes are going to get reset. They're going to have to, because economies are the states that are not giving the revenue. The states and cities are not giving the revenue they're accustomed to observing now. So they're going to have to pass that tax burden on to the homeowners.
Mm-hmm.
So that's going to go up. And if you don't have residual income and you don't have ever increasing income, like you're getting from assets, silver, gold, but you have stuff that's appreciating in value, and you just have to depend upon one fixed set amount of income that's not going up, particular cost of living increases as fast as cost of living increases are happening, you are subject to be behind in a few years. Okay, what are you going to do about do about estate taxes? Or what are you going to do about the death tax? When the death tax, like when your property gets ready to pass, the government can tax you so dang much it wouldn't even worth be keeping. Do you have trust in place? Do you have blind trust? You have a wealth plan? What's your wealth plan? What's your plan while you're alive? What's your plan? And so these are things that have to be addressed. That's they have to be. And so we need to get very, very strong about financial education. We need to get very, very strong about growing money, keeping money, maintaining money. Now we need to get very, very strong about residual income, royalties, and dividends. If we're not, it's going to be a hard road for millions and millions of people who are not doing that. Prince Amir, I thank you for your time. I'm certainly finished.
No problem. Everyone, thank you so much for joining. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Also, my affiliate links in the chat room. Click on the affiliate link, sign up as an affiliate. Also, scrolling at the bottom, the ticker right there, and it's in the description. Until next time, family, Dynasty Mirror Search for Huru. Peace.